Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video that talks about how to get a perfect credit score. It is pretty early here today, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys. So Christmas is fast approaching and we are all going to go in debt trying to buy the perfect Christmas gift. So if you do find yourself in that situation, I'm going to teach you how to get your credit score back up, so that way you don't have to worry about not being able to buy a house or a car or whatever the case is. So before I get into this video, just a disclaimer: I'm not a credit score expert. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just things that I've learned that has worked for me because I did everything on my own. So to give you guys a backstory, so as you guys know, I'm from Nigeria. I came here, I didn't have any parents. So when I turned 17 or 18, I had to live on my own. And so once I moved out on my own, I think the first bank I went in the city was Citibank, and they offered me a credit card because at that point I had no credit. So they offered me a credit card. I was like, wow, like I'm an adult. I was like about 17, 18. So I thought I was an adult. So I took the credit card, and even though I had a really good job at that time, I used my credit card and I paid consistently every single time. Like I didn't pay the minimum balance, I paid everything. Once the statement comes in, I was the girl who was paying everything. And then it came up to a point where I my account was I was having issues with my credit line, and I called Citibank, and the guy that I spoke to was so nasty to me, and I was so upset. I don't know why. I thought me taking my anger out on him by not paying my bill was going to affect him and instead of me. I don't know why I thought that. And mind you, I didn't grow up with anyone telling me, oh, this is what you're supposed to do when you have a credit card, this is what you're supposed to do when it goes into collection. Like I had nobody advising me, I had nobody giving me direction, I didn't have any adults to monitor what I was doing, so everything was pretty much on my own. And so because I had that phone confrontation with this guy that worked at Citibank, I was so upset. I was like, you know what, I am not even paying this bill. That was mistake number one that I did. So every time they would send me the monthly statement, it was like increasing and increasing. I was just like, whatever, I'm not gonna pay it. Like they cannot do anything. Little did I know, my account ended up going into collection, right? So once my account goes into collection, so collection agency starts to call me, and then I was in school at that point. So I think I also had a delinquency with college at that point. But then I couldn't register for, I think, the next semester because once you're in college and your college fee, you didn't pay something, it goes straight into collection. And if you don't pay it, you're not allowed to register for classes. At least that's how it worked in New York back then when I was in school. So I wasn't able to register for classes, so I had to go clear that up right away. After I cleared that up, I called the collection agency and I told them to please remove that from my record so that way I can register for school the next semester. So that happened, but I still did not touch my Citibank credit card, which is a big deal because that's from a bank. So that was a big deal. That was affecting my credit a lot. So my credit went all the way low. Like when I tell you all the way low, it was like all the way low. Like if McDonald's were giving a credit card, I was not qualified for that credit card. That's how bad my credit score was really messed up. So fast forward till today. Now I have a good credit. I remember back then I would go to Macy's to try to open a Macy's card and I would get denied every single time. Anywhere I went to get a credit card, I was denied instantly. Like there was no, it didn't take any time to deny me. But fast forward to 2019, ending of 2019, December 2019, I have a good credit line. I have the best credit company, which is American Express. I have American Express credit line. I have Macy's credit card that denied me several years ago. So it feels good to know that you can clear your credit and be able to buy a car or to buy a house or to just have a good credit, because you guys know American runs on credit. Good slogan, right? America is very big on credit. So if you do have a bad credit, you're not going anywhere in America with a bad credit. So how do you go from the previous me having a really shitty credit to the new me in 2019 to having a perfect credit score? How do you do that? So step one, first identify the fact that you have bad credit. So once you know that, you have to check for a good credit website. I think the one that I used was Credit Karma. I don't know how good that is. And one thing I didn't know is that every single time I will go to a store to open a credit card, they will run my credit, so it brings down my credit score even lower. So you have to be careful about that. Don't run your credit too often, because the more you run your credit, the worse it gets for you. So try not to run your credit as much. So step number one, identify that you have a credit line problem. Step number two, find a good online site. Look at all your credits, see what's affecting you, see how many credit line that you have that is delinquent, and then you make a plan. We're going into 2020. I want you to have a good credit, and I want you to prosper in 2020. So that should be your New Year's resolution, to tackle all your credit goals. So check and see every delinquency that you have, either if it's in collection, if it's between the stores. Go, and then if you're not making enough money, try to put money aside every single month to pay that. For me, my situation was the fact that all my credits were in collection. So it was a little bit easier for me, because once they're in collection agency, you can call up the collection agency and you can negotiate your price or what you want to pay. So for instance, if one of your account in collection, if it has like $1,000 in delinquency, you can negotiate to $500, and you can either set up a plan with them, or you can pay the whole thing at once if you do have the funds for it. What I did was, I think my collection was about $2,500. I had to negotiate that to $1,500, and I told them I was going to pay that right away. And once I paid that off, at the time I didn't know that you can tell the collection agency to take that the credit out of your credit score. I didn't know that they could do that at that point. So I didn't say anything. So once I paid it, it took them about 6 months to have that credit off my credit, to have that bad credit off my credit. And so within that 6 months, while I was waiting, I was still running my credit, still trying to open up a Macy's card just so I can boost up, I can start gaining credit, because I was like, okay, I've paid off my credit, now my credit is perfectly fine, but no, it took forever for them to take that off my credit history. So once you negotiate with the collection agency, make sure you get a letter stating that they are taking the delinquency off of your credit line, so that way it doesn't affect your credit any longer, as long as you finish your payments. Make sure you get a letter, or make sure they do it right away, and then if you see it, you call them. If you don't see it, then you don't call them. So that's one thing that I didn't do. So I had to pay that off. So it took 6 months. So after 6 months, how did I get a credit line to begin to build back my credit? I couldn't get a credit line completely on my own, so I went under my husband's account. So my husband had to be the main person on the account, and then I had to be after him to get a credit line. And once I started using that credit card, and I was paying it off, and you were paying it off right away once you use it. My credit started going up until now that I can finally get a good credit on my own. So now I'm happy to say that my credit is perfect. Like, my credit is even better than my husband's credit. Mind you, he helped me to get into to get a credit, and now I have better credit than he does. So this goes to show you that you can do this on your own. You don't really have to pay somebody to do this. You can do this on your own. Find a good credit, find someone who you trust, someone who trusts you to pay your bill. Have them sign for you to get a credit card, and then you can pay that. And I think some people use a cash card. A cash card just allows you to pay up front. The credit company, it allows you to pay up front, and then they give you a credit card, and then you use the credit card, and then you pay. I didn't get the opportunity to do that. I didn't know about a cash card, so I just didn't have a credit card. I was just paying everything in cash. Which was hard for me, because it was like, if I had to buy something, I had to have the money right there and then, which at the same time, he had taught me how to like budget my money and save my money, so I know what I'm spending money on, so I'm not just like, spending money here and there on things that doesn't matter. So that has really taught me so much. So I want to help you guys by going into 2020, tackle your credit problems, because if you don't tackle your credit problems, you will not get far in life, and especially in America. Like, you cannot buy a car, you cannot own a house, you cannot buy anything that is like, that's big. You cannot get a loan at all, like nothing. Like, you're pretty much just there just to be paying cash for everything. So let's round this up. I know this video might be all over the place because I'm trying to give you guys so much in a less, I don't want to make the video too long. So if you have a credit problem, check what your credit problem is. Budget your money wisely. Pick what you're going to be spending your money on properly. Don't just go out and eat every single night. You should know that you have a goal, and your plan is to get good credit. Your plan is to buy a car in 2020. If your plan is to buy a house in 2020, you need to start from now. Find out your credit score. If it's low, figure a way to start working it up high, because that's the only way you can get far in life. And I say this to say that I'm very grateful to have good credit, thanks to my husband as well, who has helped me and supported me. Now we're able to buy our second home because we both have good credit. So I am encouraging you guys to do the same. Start with your credit line. Fix your credit issue. Ask for help. You don't have to pay anybody to do any of the stuff. Let me know what your credit issues are. If I can help you, I can give you advice. If you know other people who have issues, share this video with them. Let them know what they can do. You don't have to pay anybody. You can do it on your own. I did it on my own. I started at 17, making bad choices, and now I'm better, all on my own. No professional help, and I'm not a professional. I'm just giving you my idea. I'm just sharing my experience with you guys. So I hope this video really did help you out. If you did, please don't forget to give me a like. Comment down below. Let me know what you're doing, how you're going forward to fix this, and I will catch you later in my next video. Thanks for watching. I know this video is a little bit more serious, but I'm trying to help you. I'm looking out for you. All right, so I hope this video really did help you out, and if it does, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Peace.